Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. I am your host, Sam Randazzo. And I am joined today by my two sunburnt co-hosts. To my right, it is Uncle Sam.
Hello.
And behind the computer, looking like an absolute fucking tomato with some mold on it, it is Bruce, the tugboat Venditti.
Hello.
Well,
You ever see beets?
Howdy.
Beets when the leaves go bad and they
Yeah.
turn fucking brown,
Yeah.
tan? That's what Bruce looks like.
looks like a rotten beet. Well, we are back after a 4th of July break. How's your 4th of July?
Mine?
Yeah.
It was okay. It
Yeah.
was good.
Good week?
Yeah, I worked.
Worked and cooked?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Bruce, how was Tennessee?
Fantastic. Had
Great.
a great time.
Oh.
Probably Kid Rock's bar was probably the best thing down there.
The what is?
The Kid Rock's bar.
Oh, God.
It's
It'll be
awesome, dude. I mean, well, every
Yes.
bar has live music. And
Couldn't have been that
three
awesome
stories,
because
so, I
you
mean,
came home.
What?
You came home a virgin still. It couldn't have been that good.
Well, I'm not a virgin. I didn't leave a virgin, and I didn't come back a virgin, so...
Listen, getting your butthole pounded doesn't count.
Okay.
Anyway.
Technically, it does.
Yes, it does.
Not really, though.
Yes, it does.
It definitely counts.
That depends.
Anyways,
Beer of choice. Forget about Voodoo Ranger. It's garbage.
you're going to shout him out at least? What happened to no free shout-outs? Now he just holds everything he has in his hand up to the camera. Anyways.
All I do. Don't have to shout out Modelo.
It is sophisticated beer compared to all the other trash we have.
Modelo?
Yeah.
Modelo.
Yeah.
Modelo is sophisticated now.
I just like it because it's
Of
actual
course.
beer and it doesn't have fucking citrus in it.
Next, you're going to tell me, let's bust open a case of Tecate, followed by PBR. Anyways.
Absolutely
ribbon?
not. You cannot put Modelo on the PBR.
My man Galen used to
scale.
drink red, white, and blue.
I don't even know what that is. Anyways, so,
Fedka.
while we were gone, the Cleveland Browns officially ended the Baker Mayfield era. They traded him to the Carolina Panthers for literally a bag of potato chips, which is a conditional 5th-round pick, depending on how much he plays. I don't know what this even means. Obviously, the Browns' quarterback situation now is very dire because the rumors are swirling about Deshaun Watson and the suspension. A lot of people are saying it's going to be 6 games. Most likely we'll know before training camp. We still don't have any concrete news on it, but I don't even know who's in the Browns quarterback room now outside of Watson. So it can't be good if he's suspended. I guess there's a couple scenarios where we could see them bring somebody in, but I'm sure they're not going to want to make a big investment into somebody you're going to play for 6 games. So, I mean, what do you think? Why trade Baker now for nothing? I mean, obviously he wasn't going to report.
They want to get rid of the controversy deal, and obviously my man had to leave because he was burning as many bridges as he could, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I understand completely.
He's hurt by them doing what they did. They wasted a 1st-round pick on him.
Well, yeah, they got some good years out of it. I don't think it's a waste. I mean,
listen, if you're going to move on from a guy, I get it. But to do it the way they did it to him was kind of...
I agree.
That was raw.
That was
raw.
They did it
and
wrong.
I get it. They had a chance to sign somebody better, an elite guy other than him. But I still think, new coaching staff going in a different direction.
See, I think they just woke a sleeping bear, to be honest. I think Baker's going to just... If he plays...
That's because you're always in the corner of the little
him
white
and
guy.
Darnold will
That's
battle
not
it
true at
out.
all.
Is he better than Sam
Anybody little
Darnold?
I'm in the corner of.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
No, see, I disagree.
It's good. I think they'll make each other
I'd rather
better.
take Baker over Sam Darnold.
I think Baker will beat out Sam Darnold for the
Yeah.
starting job, too. And
We'll see.
But at the end of the day, did Carolina really get their They traded for Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. They've done 2 trades for quarterbacks. Granted,
Correct.
They didn't give much up for either of them. But I still don't think you have the future of your franchise there between either.
Yeah, but you got between the two of them, you're going to have a serviceable guy this year. This year's quarterback class was very weak. Next year's is going to be a lot better. And if they don't win any games, they're going to be picking in the top 10 anyway.
So you think Baker's the 1-year solution for Carolina?
I really don't. I don't know. I don't know. You got to see who's going to even start.
I mean, maybe they look at it as a morale booster for the team. Because he
Listen, you got two
be that guy.
You got two guys that are capable of playing at a decent level there now.
Listen, I don't think
they were playing. They did very well till Darnold got hurt last year, and then they went right into the dumpster. They won their first 6-7 games.
You're not bringing in Baker if you think Darnold has more than a 20%.
100%.
Unless Baker comes in and completely shits on the field, he's going to be the starter. I mean
he's the one to get the troops together to go out there and play. Sam Darnold isn't.
Yeah, no, he can rally a team. I'll give that to Baker. He's a rah rally guy. Yeah. But again, what does this mean for Cleveland now? I mean, if you're not going to have Deshaun Watson, what are the options that are left out there?
You know, we got to see what's going to happen here.
Okay, there's a slim to zero chance.
He's going to miss at least 6 games.
At least, right. There's a slim to zero chance he doesn't miss anything.
Or they're going to go to the waiver wire and try to sign somebody or bring somebody in.
I just can't imagine a scenario where they're going to get anything
what else do you do?
Decent.
You're already locked into a guy for $40 million. What do you do? You're going to have to go to the waiver wire and sign somebody.
I truly don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. It'll be very interesting because there's not that many options out there. I mean, I guess if Baker solidifies a starting role,
look at it this
Darnold
way: if they don't have Watson for the first 6 games, depending on how many of those games are divisional games when they first start out, I think there's like 2, possibly 3, in the first 6 games. You're going to be in last place.
Well, let's be real here. I think if Deshaun Watson is out 6+ games, you can put the Browns in last place in that division. Well, I think they'll battle it out with Pittsburgh.
I still think they'll be Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh will probably be right there with them.
Unless Cleveland trades for Mitch Trubisky.
I don't think that. I think Mike Tomlin and Mitch Trubisky are a match made in heaven to some people.
I think Mike Tomlin's better than Mitch Trubisky at quarterback.
I heard a rumor.
Okay.
That was very, very, very intriguing to me. And that was that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in talks with the San Francisco 49ers to acquire quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo to come in as a backup and or heir apparent to Tom Brady. I was kind of blown away by that.
I have a problem with that. What about my man Kyle Trask?
What next? You gonna bring up Geno Smith?
No. Kyle Trask.
I
like Kyle Trask.
Listen,
I wanted the Lions to draft Kyle Trask.
At the end of the day, I sat and thought about this. Say Brady does actually retire next year. Okay.
Oh, he is. He won't be on the Bucs next year.
Regardless.
He will not be on the Bucs.
I'm not going to speculate that.
Yeah, whatever. He's
but
not on the Bucs. You already know.
How good does Garoppolo slot into that offense?
Oh, I think it's tailor-made for him.
It's tailor-made for him.
Yeah, because he's always been Brady's backup.
The system is nothing he's not used to.
Right.
The players will like it because he's basically a clone of Brady, so they won't fall off as bad.
Yeah, but not a good enough clone.
But they won't fall off
as bad. And realistically, what do you think Tampa would even have to give up to acquire Garoppolo at this point? I mean...
Oh, I don't know. You know what?
Well, the whole thing is...
Garoppolo, they're just looking to ship him just so there's not a controversy.
You could probably give him up for you could probably get him for next to nothing. Yeah. I think that would be...
5th round pick.
I think that would be absolutely fantastic move for the Bucs, just to have a residual plan. Also, Rob Gronkowski came out today in a statement.
Oh, God.
Someone asked him, if Tom Brady called and begged you to come back, would you? Yep. And he came out and officially said, I would not come back. I am done with football. So,
well,
we can...
I will believe that. I will believe that when Week 7 comes around.
He could just be stirring the pot.
How late in the season do they have to go for you to believe he's not coming back?
Week 7. if it goes past
I
week
think it's
7
deeper than that.
and he's not signed,
I think it's deeper than that. I think, honestly, you could see him come back at week 11, 12.
no,
Play-
I think it's too far.
Why?
It's too far.
He'll be
Because
healed
he's not going to
finally.
be ready. He's not going to be in game shape.
Gronk, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter.
You toss him out there and
It
he'll...
doesn't matter.
he'll-
He was a body bag at the end of the year last year.
Yeah, with his blown out
Fucking-
lung and his broken ribs and sprained MCL.
Separated spleen.
Yeah, I mean, if he takes almost a year to get healthy,
They
I
only
think
need him for a few games.
Yeah, Jay's needed the last.
He's got to
Well, that's why I
Sign him
said
for
the
the
first
playoffs.
6, 7 games, you're not going to see him.
Yeah, sign him for the
Yeah.
playoffs. I think why not? It'd be perfect.
I don't really even think, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even think they need him.
I don't think they do either.
I got guys that are younger. You still got Cameron Brate.
Gotta have him.
Yeah.
You still got Cameron Brate. You still have, who's the other cat?
OJ Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
So they really don't need him, to be honest with you. Plus, they got better at receiver, so.
The Denver Broncos have a new minority owner. Rob Walton announced that former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is now part of the ownership group. And if you remember, there was a lot of talks about her becoming the Browns head coach back like 8-10 years ago. Don't you remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, they were going to either bring her in as a general manager or put her on the coaching staff in Cleveland, and everything kind of fizzled out. I guess she's always been a huge football fan.
Okay.
And so Rob Walton has brought her in to be part of their ownership group.
Well, like Dave Chappelle said, Condoleezza Rice sounds like a Mexican dish. They should send her to Mexico and let the Mexicans eat her.
Oh, wow.
I didn't say it, Dave Chappelle did. I'm just repeating what he said.
You're an honorary Mexican anyway, so you can talk shit and it's okay. Outside of that, there hasn't been any news. So that's the news.
Well, no, there's a little bit of news.
So go ahead, give your in memoriam now.
No, not yet. Not yet. There's something going up in New England. And my man Mac Jones lost 20 pounds. In phenomenal shape. Going to show everybody that, guess what? There might be a new legacy started.
He did say he was going to bulk back up before season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait.
Put on
I
some
can't
muscle.
wait.
You know
my man
what?
Mac Jones. I have the jersey. Mac Jones.
Dude.
Yes, I do.
I am almost willing to double down.
Double down on what?
I'm almost willing
We
to
already
double
said.
down.
I think they're going to win 9 games. You were like, no.
I'm almost ready to double down. I'm going to think about it till next episode.
Anyway.
But I'm almost willing to take a bet that the Patriots finish last in the AFC East.
Oh, you're absolutely stoned.
Yep.
Bruce, give him your weed pen.
I am right there. I am this close to
He
making
high
that
as
bet.
shit right now.
Outside
High as shit.
outside
his
of
level.
a catastrophic injury.
Well,
hold on.
Zach Wilson got a little baggage going on right now. He's
banging his mom's friends. You think that's baggage?
well, I know. I just don't think he'll be ready for the year because he'll just be gargled, and there's no way you're gonna.
Oh, I think
be
on the
able to play
opposite.
when you're like that.
He'll be more calm, cool,
No,
collect. He'll look like Joe
Absolutely.
Burrow next year.
And the
Yeah.
internet wins
He'll
again
be done.
because everyone.
He'll have
just
no legs
backed
for at
him.
least till at
That's
least
awesome.
week
He'll be like Joe
He'll
Burrow.
have no legs till 7.
He'll come out there and just absolutely just look like Joe Montana now. I bet.
Anyway.
Actually,
The MILF Slayer.
before we move on from the Patriots, because I know this is so highly contested, I was looking at a ranking of the rosters purely off of roster talent. You know where the Patriots came in?
I don't know.
26th
Okay.
as far as
And
roster talent.
who's ranking these teams?
ESPN.
Well,
It was
there you go.
one of the ESPN.
There you
rankings.
go. It's like CNN. Forget about it. Fake news.
Well, let's transition right into another ESPN.
Oh, wait a minute. I would like to say some
Go
stuff.
ahead.
He's taking his time.
Somebody has passed away.
You just said you were going to wait for this.
Passed away yesterday. My man, Gary Moeller, former head coach of the Michigan Wolverines and of the Detroit Lions. And he passed away. I don't know if anybody knows this, but that team that won the national championship in '97, all of those
What's
boys that
Lloyd
were on
Carr's
that
team? There we
all
go.
all them guys that were on that team were recruited by Gary Moeller. Your little friend Tom Brady was in on that too, by the way, just to let you know. Did you know that?
R.I.P.
Okay. R.I.P. Gary Mueller. Gary
Why are you
should have won the
laughing?
national championship, but he lost his job at Michigan because he had one too many cocktails and went off on the brass over there, which they all deserve it. Clowns. R.I.P. Gary Mueller.
R.I.P. Gary Mueller. Bruce.
R.I.P.
There we go.
You don't even know who I'm talking about, do you,
Nope.
Bruce?
Nope.
You have no idea, do you?
Nope.
You know what I'm talking? You don't know.
No,
what
I
I'm
was
talking about.
2 when he lost his
Gary
job.
Mueller.
I was 2 when he lost his job.
Gary
The first
Mueller
Michigan
coached
coach
the
I
Lions.
hired.
I wasn't even alive.
He was 4-3 as the Lions interim coach. by the
Oh,
way.
wow. Storied fucking legacy
Interim?
there. 4-3. And then they canned his fucking ass, too.
No, he was an interim coach.
Let's just say R.I.P. and leave it at that, because obviously he...
God bless Gary
there
Mueller.
we go. God bless Gary
Yeah,
Mueller.
We can't put the guy while he's already down. You know?
Yeah,
Hey, he's already dead.
I thought he was a
4-3.
very good coach.
4-3.
He was
You
a
thought he was a very good coach?
Listen to me.
4-3 as an
I-
NFL
I-
head coach.
Listen to me. He coached at Michigan.
How many national
He was a
championships do you have at
damn-
Michigan?
Huh?
How many national championships did he win at Michigan?
Well, I just told you he had his little meltdown, and then fucking what's his name won the
So he was an alcoholic who freaked out on the athletic
he
director, and they
wasn't an
threw him out,
alcoholic.
and then they won the
No,
national
he wasn't
championship.
an alcoholic. He's a guy that cared about his players, unlike the rest of these assholes in the NFL. Unlike the scumbag out in Seattle.
God bless Urban Meyer. Moving on. ESPN has released a list of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. So they
Well, here we
Guess
go.
who's not in it?
they interviewed 50 players, coaches, and front office personnel, and took a survey of who they think their top 10 quarterbacks are in the NFL. Obviously, I did my own.
Oh, God.
But let's start with the ESPN one, and I want to compare and contrast what both of you think as well. So this one is going to be just right off the bat. At number 10, remember, they interviewed 50, a group of 50 people, coaches, front office personnel, and players.
You know Jared Goff ain't on that fucking list.
At number 10, you want to take a guess?
No.
Do you?
Hit
Dak
me.
Prescott.
Fucking Christ in hell.
Dak Prescott. At number 10.
Dog water. Dog water.
I
Do you think Dak Prescott...
how he could be in the top 10? The only reason why they have him in there is because of his garbage junk stats.
He does have a lot of junk stats.
He has garbage junk stats.
He's a garbage time minister.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
you're right. But do you think there's 20 quarterbacks in the NFL worse than Dak Prescott?
20? Well, this is the top 10.
22 worse
Is
than
it the
Dak
top
Prescott?
10
It's the
or-
top 10.
Top
He came
10.
in 10th.
I don't think he's 10th at all. I really don't. I could get you 10 quarterbacks better than him.
Well, we're going to get to
Yeah.
that. Now, number 9. This one blew my mind, too. Number 9. We haven't seen him play in 2 years, but Deshaun Watson's the 9th best quarterback in the NFL. How do you put a guy who you haven't seen
Should
play?
I just say this now? Who put this together again?
It was 50
Who put it together?
ESPN.
ESPN
Interviewed-
is like CNN.
They interviewed
Fake news.
50 players, coaches, and front office
Players?
personnel. Yes.
What player would be stupid enough to even to say
It was all
Deshaun
anonymous.
Watson?
It was all anonymous, but
Okay.
Deshaun Watson is at 9 for best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Would they ask him about himself?
Dog shit.
Number 8, Russell Wilson.
I'll go with that.
How do you hold on?
Wait
Why
a
is
second.
he
No,
there?
he's in the top 10.
He's
Yeah, he's in the top 10, but I mean,
way higher up on the list.
I
I'd put
it's
him at,
not
like,
that far off.
5 or 4.
No, because
No, I listen. He was
8
hurt
is
all
good
last year.
for him, but
But he's solid every year.
Listen
Doesn't
to
matter
me.
if he's hurt
Russell
or not.
Wilson is a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
you think so?
But the problem is this: the injuries last year,
Yeah.
and the team just fucking sucking ass.
Yeah,
careful.
so you can't
The Seattle
necessarily
Choke
drop
Hawks.
him
Chicken
just
Hawks,
because...
the Seattle Chicken Hawks. That's why he's at 8. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay, whatever. I give
What?
up.
His team was garbage.
Yeah, his team was garbage 1 year, and then you're just going to
No, it's
drop
not
this down
garbage
there.
1 year. It's
It's-
been garbage for 5 years.
You got to figure it's
Yeah,
going
but
into
he's
next year.
still is a solid
He
quarterback.
plays at a
whether his
high
team
level.
Is garbage or
He
not.
plays at a very high
I
level.
said he plays at
Yeah.
a high level, dude.
So you can't drop his numbers just because his team didn't do it.
I don't think 8's that far off for him.
I don't think that's far off. For
With
him.
the current
at this point in his career, it's not that far off.
with the current talent, as you'll see going
You'll
ahead.
see. Better team. He's going to a better team with better talent. You'll see.
Yeah, it'll probably
We'll
be
see
top
right away.
3.
He'll be a top 5 quarterback by the end of the year.
Number 7, Justin Herbert.
Hot take, by the way. No, I'm good with that.
I would put
Yeah,
Russell.
I'm good with
I'd
that.
put Russell above.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's the thing,
That's true.
Herbert, out of all of the guys in the NFL,
Herbert.
out of all
Say
the
it
guys in the NFL, I think he's the most talented guy.
Who?
Justin.
Justin.
He's not going to say
I'm not
Herbert.
gonna say it.
He's
Justin
not going to
Fields?
say his last
No,
name.
sure ain't Justin Fields. You know that. Anyway,
Number 6, Matt Stafford.
fuck you.
Okay,
Swear to God.
I love Matty Stafford, but you got to put Russell
That's way
Wilson
too high for
and
him.
Herbert above Stafford. Come
Agree.
on.
Agree
He's
wholeheartedly.
better than Dak.
Number
Better
5,
than Watson.
Joe Cool.
Joe Burrow at 5.
Yep.
Okay, I don't have a problem because he is a top 5.
And I'll say this.
He's a top 5 guy.
My list and their list, I have him at 5 as well.
Okay.
Based off of sheer talent.
Okay.
Number 4's our Lord and Savior Tom Brady.
That's a little high for him, but yeah, okay.
Is that just this season?
That's a little high for him.
I think it's high for him.
Is that all just this season?
Can I ask you a
or-
question?
Yeah.
Out of every quarterback we named, if you need to touch
No,
so far,
I would put Brady in front of. The only one that I would question Brady being in front of, I like Wilson. I think Wilson should be higher than 8. I'm not.
So do
I'm
I.
okay with him. I think he's a top 10 quarterback. He's a top 5 quarterback when he's ready to go. If he's ready to go this year, he'll prove that.
well, I'll tell you this. So we're gonna go over mine next.
Brady's
but
a top 5 guy, if not 5.
Is there any quarterback that we've named so far that you'd rather have the ball in their hands in 2 minutes left of the game when you need a touchdown?
Well, the names are coming out.
At number 3, it's Josh Allen.
I still don't trust him yet.
I'd rather put the ball in Brady's hand
I don't trust him
with
yet.
2 minutes left in the game and you need a touchdown than Josh Allen, even
I
at
would
20
put
years
Brady
older.
in front of him if
Yep.
you're going the scenario of 2 minutes.
I could get by that.
2, Mahomes.
Okay.
No. Nope.
And number 1 is obviously Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that.
I
I like Aaron Rodgers at 1. Mahomes 2 or 3. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that.
I put Brady above Mahomes for sure.
This is what I'll say about this.
And
Listen,
I put Josh Allen above
as it
Mahomes
sits of
too.
what they've done in the last 2 years, I don't think they're far off.
What has Aaron Rodgers done in the last 2 years?
Well, it doesn't matter. He's won MVP. It doesn't fucking matter, dude.
Oh,
It's
for
Aaron
some
Rodgers.
bullshit.
He's Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on.
Yeah, but the
Aaron Rodgers.
league voted on
Here
that
you go.
bullshit.
He's Aaron Rodgers.
No, I'm going to say this, and this needs to end the debate here, because you're somebody who believes in winning, in perfection, and all of the above. Okay?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers in the last 13 playoff games with the best wide receiver in football is 6-7, with a 63% passer rating. In his last 13 playoff
He's Aaron
games.
Rodgers.
Huh?
He's Aaron Rodgers.
Yes,
he
but
hasn't won shit.
he hasn't done anything. We're at the point now where
Is that Aaron Rodgers' fault that the Green Bay Packers collapsed?
it's yes. Yes,
Okay.
it is. I think it partially is. Because when in recent memory do you have even though Brady lost last year against the Rams, that second half comeback they had was beautiful. The way Mahomes and Josh Allen battled it out in the coin toss game last year.
God.
Hold on. When is the last time in a playoff game you saw Aaron Rodgers go out there and put his dick on the line to win the game? That game they lost against San Francisco last year was the, by far, most boring fucking football game you could ever watch.
That was one of the best defensive games that I've seen in
I'm
a long
aware.
time.
But if you
It
took
really was.
That's not Aaron
I
Rodgers.
enjoyed
That's the
that game.
defense.
I
right,
enjoyed that game. There was nothing free there.
listen, if
you had to earn everything.
if you put
And Aaron
Brady,
Rodgers didn't earn shit.
if you put Brady, Allen, Mahomes out there in that game, they win it. Matt Stafford went up against the 49ers the following week and willed the fucking game out.
Aaron Rodgers
doesn't
Stafford got lucky that guy can't fucking catch.
Hold on.
Game
Doesn't
over.
matter.
Hold on.
Doesn't matter.
Game over.
Stafford won the Super Bowl with, what, one solid wide receiver?
Hey, listen to me.
Bruce.
Listen to me.
Hold on.
He had the best defensive football through the playoffs.
But I'm going for
Period.
the offense here. Aaron Rodgers had the best wide receiver in football and didn't do shit.
Correct. Yes. Now
That's
Matt
my
Stafford
point.
has the best wide receiver in football, and
We'll see
Still
what happens.
this year.
Still debating.
We'll
that.
see what happens
Who's
with
better?
him. You'll see when they don't even make the fucking playoffs.
okay. With that said, so this is how I formulated mine, and we'll go back and forth here. I thought about who I would want to give the ball to win the game. You need a touchdown to win the game. There's 2 minutes left. Whose hands do you put the ball in, knowing they won't fuck up, and they give you the best chance to go down there and win the game? That's number one. And number two, who would I want to be my starting quarterback against anybody in a road playoff game?
Joe Montana.
That's still alive.
He's still alive.
Barely.
He can still play.
Okay.
He's in great shape.
Anyways,
Could you still
so
play?
Dan Marino.
when I'm reading this,
Okay.
think about that. Think about those two things.
Well,
At number 10, and you can disagree with me. At number 10, ESPN has Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott's not in my top 10.
At number 10, I put Kyler Murray, who ESPN left out of their top 10.
Better than Dak, for sure. 100%. At 10, you have to
Would
give
you,
it to him.
if there's 2 minutes left in the game, you need a touchdown, who would you rather give the ball to, Dak or Kyler?
Oh. Well, I'm not a Kyler Murray guy.
Neither am I. But
Yeah.
I'd rather give it to him than Dak or Deshaun Watson at this point.
I'm in agreement.
I would put Stafford there
At 10.
at 10.
You can name 9 other quarterbacks you put above Matt Stafford.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay?
No, go ahead.
At number 9, ESPN had Deshaun Watson. I put Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely. I don't know why Jackson's not in the talk, to be honest with you.
I was
get it,
shocked.
he missed fucking almost all last
That's
year.
okay. I mean, at the end of the day, Burrow missed the year before.
Right.
Lamar's underestimated with his arm.
Correct. He's underestimated as a quarterback, and everybody forgets about the absolute injury, COVID. That team was demolished last year on their roster.
100%.
They lost
100%.
3 running backs who all start.
I don't think there was another team in the league that
was
lost
decimated.
as much as they did.
I agree 1,000%. And Lamar, at the end of the day, does not get respected enough as a passer.
Agreed.
I get it. He makes moves with his legs, and he has the ability to do so and do it well. But why is everybody still overlooking his ability to throw the ball?
I don't know.
He has never, outside of Mark Andrews, who has been a super elite pass
He
catcher.
hasn't had a number 1 receiver.
And he hasn't even had a number 1 running back yet. Because they've all been hurt. They've all been hurt. This year, I think we'll really see the true emergence of Lamar. I hope.
I agree with
And I
that.
think this
at least.
offseason he's been focusing on his arm a lot.
I think
more.
he has to.
The
He
video
has to,
stuff
because
and just
injury-wise, he
throwing.
can't.
Well,
he
he's
can't
been
do what
working
he's
out
been
too,
doing.
and he's been working out too. And
I saw that.
He's a
He
freaking
looks like
beast.
a fucking beast.
He's a beast.
Number 8, ESPN has Russell Wilson. I put Matt Stafford in that spot.
No, I agree with that. I agree with Stafford being there.
Yep.
I would put Russell Wilson in front of him. And I'm gonna be honest with you. In my top 10, Derek Carr would be there.
Well, you know what? I was actually talking
I
to my
would
dad
actually put
today.
Derek Carr at 10.
I was talking to my dad today, and he
Yeah.
said the same thing. Derek Carr at 10, get rid of
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
I would get rid of Kyler
Honestly,
Murray.
I think I'd put
get
Carr
rid
at
of Kyler
11.
Murray and put Derek Carr at 10.
ESPN has Justin Herbert at 7, as do I.
Okay. I don't have a problem with talent-wise. I tell you what, he's in top 3 in talent-wise. I mean, I don't think
Off of
anybody
sheer
can throw like him,
intangibles.
can move like him.
Yeah, sheer intangibles, he's right there. But I want to see him win.
He's got to put it together.
Yeah, I want to see him win.
He's got a very, very good team this year.
Oh my God!
And if they don't go deep in the playoffs,
If they're not in the
It's
AFC,
not good.
if the
excuse me.
if the Chargers aren't in the AFC Championship, I mean, you got to figure talent-wise on paper.
Everything's got to go through Kansas City.
I disagree with that. Everything goes through the road goes through Buffalo.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think everything goes through Kansas City. Buffalo has to prove that they can beat fucking Kansas City because they can't.
Guess what? You don't even know if Kansas City's going to be in the playoffs.
They'll be in.
I can't wait to see Mahomes without the cheetah.
Well,
so
that's what it is. One guy doesn't make a team.
So at 6, I have Russell Wilson.
No, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
I love Russell Wilson.
They have Stafford up there,
because I'm going to go back. You go back 3 years ago, and I think Bill Belichick had stated that Russell Wilson was the best quarterback in football, and I don't think anybody.
Everyone thought that he was going to grab him. Bring him to New England.
I don't think anybody could deny that.
At 5, me and ESPN both have Joe Burrow. At 4, ESPN has Brady.
I got Brady there.
I put Mahomes there.
At 4, he was exposed last year.
He was exposed. He danced around a lot more last year.
He's cute.
People are starting to catch on to the cuteness
and
a little
guess what?
bit.
People are tired of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
I know
for
I
me.
am. I'm tired of his game already.
But this is why I'm saying, you said the road to the AFC Championships through Kansas City.
I think it's through Kansas City. It's such a hard place to play in. And people
but
don't
you have to
understand
get there.
Well, if they
That
get
means
home,
they have
if
to-
they get home field, it's a very hard place
In
to
order
figure
for
it
them
out
to get
and
home
win.
field, they have to win the hardest division in football.
They do.
With the Chargers.
They do.
With Russell Wilson.
Which team is going to have something significantly happen to them that's going to inhibit them from beating Kansas City?
I think Denver needs another year. I think the Chargers will win, and I think the Raiders and the Chiefs are going to battle.
The Raiders,
I don't know, I think
the
the
Raiders
Raiders
at
are better
Denver are
than
going
the
to be
Chiefs.
better than what people think.
I'm telling you, every team in that division could win the division and 11
Somebody's
or 12
going to
games.
take a step back, whether it's Kansas City
I-
or it's San Diego.
No.
Or not San Diego, but Los Angeles.
How could the Chargers
Or the
take a step
Chargers.
back?
One of those
They're not
teams are going to
going
take a step
They're
back.
not
They're
going
not
to.
going to.
Depends on injuries and everything else.
At 3, ESPN has Josh Allen. I have Aaron Rodgers. Because he is 6-7 in his last 13 playoff games with a 63 passer rating.
I still got him near the top.
He doesn't show up for the
What
playoffs.
happens?
And guess what?
It's true.
He doesn't have Devonta Adams now.
Another fact.
This will tell you how good Aaron Rodgers is.
I'm putting him at 3.
Okay.
I put Josh Allen at 2, and I put Tom Brady at 1. Because still at 44,
So that's
He's at
from
4,
a
dude.
mile away.
Stop. He's at 4.
so if you were going into a road playoff game at...
He's at 4. I'm not going to any road playoff game. He's at 4, dude.
Why?
Because I don't think Brady at this point in his career is better than Rodgers.
I'm not. We're not
Mahomes.
talking about. I'm not talking about sheer talent.
That's what I'm
You
talking
didn't
about.
listen to me though.
Okay.
Per usual, you don't listen.
Okay.
I said, who would you rather give the ball to when you need a touchdown and 2 minutes left in the game? Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Aaron Rodgers.
Josh Allen or Tom Brady?
I don't trust Brady.
Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady?
All right, Brady there.
Thank you.
I got him at 2.
Hold on. I got one more for you.
No.
Who would you rather have go into SoFi to play the Rams in an NFC Championship game? Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Aaron Rodgers.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers couldn't beat Jimmy Garoppolo at home.
Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't play defensive end.
Oh, dude, you in this defense bullshit all the fucking time. Well, then that's
Aaron
why Brady
Rodgers-
lost the NFC Championship game last year because his defense fell
Aaron
apart.
Rodgers chokes every year.
So, my list
gets
is-
into the playoffs. We all know this.
My list is Brady, Allen, Rodgers, Mahomes, Burrow, Wilson, Herbert, Stafford, Jackson, Murray, and or Carr. I'll do Carr as an honorable mention right there.
I like Carr in the top 10.
Not a bad
You
list.
know what blows my mind, though? That players actually voted on this. And coaches voted on this.
I can't believe nobody voted for Derek Carr.
The only thing I disagree
I think
with.
Derek Carr had a great fucking
How does
year
Lamar
last
Jackson not get in
I don't
to
know.
the top 10?
I don't know.
I feel like Herbert and Joe Burrow.
Because
need to
you know
switch.
the NFL. The NFL is what have you done for me lately league.
I'd rather put the ball in Herbert's hands than Joe Burrow's hands.
No, see, you
Excuse
can't-
me? You are absolutely fucking stoned.
There's
dude.
one thing about Burrow, and you know
I am
what?
not stoned.
This is what-
level-headed.
Listen
and
to
thinking
me.
straight.
Listen to me, dude. Look what he did last year. My man was sacked fucking
9,000 times.
and
Okay.
still won.
And
Okay, Joe
still
Burrow.
lost.
I'll be honest with
What?
you. If
Are we gonna go there again?
you
We gonna go there?
That ship has sailed. Thank you very much. We're going
The
to
ship
next,
needs to be
we're
parked
going
right
to
in
the
your
next
ass.
season.
if
and
we
Stafford
made a
has Super
list,
Bowl ring,
if
so
we
I don't
made a
wanna hear
list of the most clutch players in the NFL, like
He was clutch last year.
he's
it. Yeah.
I haven't
very
seen anybody
close
as
to the
clutch
touch.
him in a long
I
time.
The whole
said,
thing with him
he's
is
good. Blah
he-
blah blah.
off of pure intangibles and talent. He doesn't deserve to
Listen
be
to
in the
me.
top 5.
Listen to me. Who would have ever expected that Cincinnati would have done what they did?
No, they went from worst to first.
Come on,
Yeah.
dude.
Okay.
And their division is no fucking cupcake division.
Well,
That's a tough division.
now, I mean,
What do you mean?
Dude's got
Pittsburgh's
a
now
cannon.
worth a
Pittsburgh
dig.
was always good.
Pittsburgh-
Baltimore's always been good.
Pittsburgh's been
for
garbage
past
the
10
last
years.
2 years.
Okay.
Baltimore was decimated with injuries, and Cleveland was a dumpster fire. So did the Bengals have an easy road in last year? Yeah, but when you win
I don't
3,
think so.
when they win
Cleveland's
4
always
games the
been a
year
dumpster
before,
fire, but
when you go from 4
Yeah.
games to the Super
Well,
Bowl,
4 games.
yeah, that's impressive. So Joe Burrow is, I think, probably the most clutch player in the NFL. Hot take it.
You'll see. You'll see when he comes out. Listen, they got better and better as the year went on.
And you know something?
They were fucking good
You know something?
toward the end of last year. They're going to be better this year.
You've seen all the noise about all these guys. Rodgers posted pictures of his new tattoo. All this shit. What have you heard come out of Joe Burrow's mouth so far this offseason?
It doesn't matter.
After they lost the Super Bowl? Nothing.
Well,
Silence. No workout videos.
he stood up against gun violence. That's about it.
Yeah, they put him on the spot about gun violence. But
Anyway,
he's
Yeah.
been very
gun
quiet.
violence.
And I enjoy that. I think the quieter you are in the offseason, the better. Personally.
I
Got to
mean,
prepare, man, and get ready.
Yeah.
Look at Mac Jones working out. Guy's in phenomenal shape right now, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do it. You do it by doing it on the
see,
field.
I know you're
You
going to
talk by
hate
doing
me
it on the
for
field.
saying this, but Stafford, for that reason, doesn't have social media at all.
Say that
He,
again.
he doesn't post anything. He doesn't.
He
you know,
shouldn't. You know why? He gets
Oh
on
my
social
God.
media, he's going to get ass raped.
I don't care what you're going to say because
Yeah.
it's all going to be negative. But that
Hey,
is
what do you
why.
mean it's all gonna be
He
negative?
keeps a level head off season and season. He doesn't listen to the bullshit on fucking social media.
He doesn't
fights
have
through
to.
all
His
the
wife
bullshit.
sticks up for him. He ain't got the
So
balls.
she can do whatever she wants. She's
You don't
his
have the
wife.
balls.
She's gonna fucking stand up for her husband. So what?
doesn't
You know
have
why?
the
Because
stones.
he's level-headed and he doesn't fucking care about what people have to say on the internet.
Doesn't have the stones.
Anyway, just felt like I had to get that out. But you're right.
Silence is key.
When you failed for as long as he has, you ain't got
Anyway.
nothing to say.
38.
Okay.
Fucker.
I think that's
Super Bowl fucking football with the Rams on it. Is that you?
I bought it at the game.
Anyway, go ahead.
What are you seeing?
I put the football that's been in my closet since I went to the Super Bowl in front of there.
Anyway.
So I've been doing mock draft after mock draft after mock draft after mock draft, and I've found some guys that have come up, and I'm really, really torn between 2 of them. And so I wanted to talk about a couple of those in this new segment called This or That. But you have the pick. There's 2 guys there. I want to know who you guys would choose in that spot.
Okay.
Mainly you, because you probably won't know who half of them are, but I think this will be interesting. So, today I was picking at 4. And obviously I was going running back because I'm not an idiot. And if you pick a wide receiver in the top 5, you are an idiot. But I was picking at 4.
But I had the best draft.
Anyway.
Austin Eckler or Najee Harris?
I love Eckler because he catches a lot of passes.
Catches a shitload of passes. Now,
Catches a shit ton of passes.
I'll play devil's advocate.
As a PPR league or a standard PPR or
We're just going to go this or that.
okay.
Just pick one.
Here's the thing. I love
Hands
Najee
down.
Harris because of this and this reason only.
They're going to have
Mitchell
to
Trubisky.
run the ball. Right. So do you... Now, a lot of people would rather choose the better offense, which clearly the better offense is the Chargers, hands down. But do you think there's so much action going on there that it's going to take away from Eckler? Whereas the Steelers are going to be so bad that it's going to propel Najee into the top 2 or 3 guys.
Well, here's the thing. It's either going to get him hurt.
That's also true.
And they wind up in the dumpster.
Well, Najee's younger.
True.
And doesn't have an injury history.
Well, neither is Eckler. Eckler's been pretty solid.
Eckler's been banged up here and there.
Here and there. He doesn't miss more than a game or two.
Yeah, but if Pittsburgh becomes dependent on him, then he might get injured very quick.
Well, they're going to be dependent on him this year.
He could also end up like Le'Veon Bell was for all those years in that offense. So, you're on the clock.
A machine.
Who would you take?
I actually think I would take Eckler because he's the machine that makes that offense run.
I agree with you. I think
without him, they're very one-dimensional.
Right. They need him.
They need him
to get the wheels
whether it's running or catching.
Well, yeah,
they need him.
Even if you're not throwing the ball to him, when he goes out, you have to.
And the thing I love about Eckler is this: if the Chargers are behind, I was going to say San Diego. If the Chargers are behind, they should be in San Diego. They really look to him and dump that underneath pass to him.
Yeah,
I've seen that guy have like 60 yards in a game, and then all of a sudden, the fourth quarter. He catches 8 passes for 75 yards and a touchdown or 2. And it's crazy.
Also,
and he's that talented.
His ability to find the open field on a screen pass, his straight line speed. If he gets in open space, you're not going to
here's
catch
the thing.
him either.
Linebackers can't cover him.
No.
I think safeties have a hard time covering him.
You have to. That's what I said. When he goes out on a route, you have to respect his pass catching ability. For that reason, I would take him as well. So I was in a mock draft today, and Jamar Chase went at 5.
At number 5?
So here's my question.
How many team league is it?
14. Who would you take? Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson?
Oh, fuck. I love Justin Jefferson.
I love really Justin Jefferson, too.
I can't believe both of them played on the same team.
Here's the thing.
If
Jamar Chase does what he did last year,
that'll be unprecedented.
Yeah.
Unprecedented. So, do you think he'll repeat what he did last year?
Yes.
I think he'll be close, but
here's the problem. You can't really roll coverage toward him because if you do, the other guys will kill you.
Yeah, he'll fucking
Higgins,
kill you.
Higgins and the other kid will kill you. They'll kill you.
But
they know better.
Justin Jefferson has to be a top 5 wide receiver. Statistically, every year going forward.
Jamar Chase is going to be I think he's even going to be better this year.
You do.
Than he was last year.
You think the numbers will
be
better?
I really do. I don't think the numbers lie. He was spectacular. And it wasn't like he was playing against bums. He was the number 2 guy going up against number 2 corners.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of the time, number 1 corners. Because they were putting their best corners on him.
Yeah.
And he was still beating them. Hello. Who was it he burned in, he burned fucking, what's his name? From the Rams.
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. Nobody burned him like Mike Evans, but...
Justin Jefferson.
I love Justin Jefferson.
I know.
He's on... If you ever watch his game, and you watch the separation he gets off his cuts, unbelievable. Unbelievable. The guy's always 4 or 5 steps away from the guy that's on him. You don't see a lot of contested catches with him.
So who are you picking?
Because he's always open.
So who are you picking?
Fuck, I don't know. I'm going to go with Jefferson.
I'm going to go with Jamar Chase.
Because I think he's that good.
I was going to go with Jefferson.
Wow.
I think he's that good.
I know he's that good. I know he is, but... you know what it comes down to for me? I don't like Kirk Cousins, and I don't like Minnesota's offense. Period.
Listen, I don't think anybody likes Kirk Cousins.
I mean, Kirk Cousins is like fucking
Kirk Cousins is the new age Tony Romo.
Yes.
He puts up great numbers.
No, he doesn't.
But when it comes to playoff time,
he's average.
He can't get... No, Kirk Cousins is...
He's 5.2 inches. He's average.
No, he's not. His
beige
stats
paint.
are better than that. The Lions can't
iceberg
even
lettuce.
beat him. The Lions can't even beat him.
The Lions can't fucking beat anybody.
Yeah.
The Lions probably could beat Davis Mills, but
they should have beat him twice last year and couldn't do it.
I'm taking Jamar Chase. Next, this one's going to be tough. Deebo Samuel versus Mike Evans.
Deebo Samuel.
Mike Evans.
I'll go Deebo Samuel. Younger.
He's scored
Younger,
14, 15, and 14 touchdowns the last 3 years. I'm going for the consistency. Deebo's role is going to change. He doesn't like the situation he's in. Doesn't want to be a running back. And I don't think he has the ability to catch 15 touchdown passes in a year like Mike Evans does.
Oh, I do.
The reason I like Mike Evans is because he's the modern-day Calvin Johnson.
That is true as well. There's no big... I don't think there's a better big-bodied receiver in the NFL than Mike Evans. And
He's elite.
He doesn't get hurt. He's got Tom Brady throwing him the fucking ball. He is the secured number one. And he doesn't play running back half the time. I think Deebo Samuel has the biggest question. He was my favorite player going into this year until all that shit came out about him not wanting to be there, him not wanting to run the ball. He's not happy with the situation.
It's a money play.
Huh?
It's a money play.
So what happens when they don't hand him the ball anymore?
We'll see what happens.
Do you think he is a better pure receiver than Mike Evans?
No.
But you'd still take him.
He hasn't been in the league as long as Mike Evans either.
But you'd still take him.
Mike Evans has been around a long time.
But you'd still take him.
I would take him just because of the youth factor, and I said it before, and I'll say this again. He is so dangerous with the ball. He can score from anywhere on the field.
You take him.
That to me means big time.
You take him with Trey Lance as his quarterback.
Listen, I would take him if Johnny Manziel was his quarterback.
Oh wow. Would you take him with Dak Prescott as his quarterback? Would you take him with Dak Prescott as his quarterback?
Are we going to say this right now? Yeah.
All right.
Only if Pete Carroll was his coach.
Okay. Michael Pittman, Indianapolis Colts receiver, versus Jalen Waddle.
Fucking, I love Michael Pittman.
I love Michael Pittman.
He's that big guy. He's Mike Evans.
He's the
He's
Mike
a younger
Evans
version
reincarnate.
of Mike Evans.
But Jalen Waddle is just...
Here's the thing with Jalen Waddle. I love him, but I think Tyreek Hill is going to take a lot of his targets away, and I think that's going to... You'll see.
I know.
You'll see.
Unless the adverse happens and everybody gives so much coverage to Tyreek that it leaves Waddle open.
That's what
All I hear is horror story after horror story that Tua can't get these guys the ball. I've been hearing
That's worrisome too.
For a month. That this guy
I said this 3
can't
months
get the
ago.
ball
I
to
got
these guys.
Fucking bombarded.
Okay.
For it, so.
Not just Hill, but he can't get it to Waddle either.
That's true. And if
And
there's
that scares me when the players are coming out and saying this guy can't fulfill it. That worries me.
Well, yeah, that, and if there's one thing that you can guarantee about Matt Ryan, it's that he'll be consistent. You know what I
True.
mean?
Yeah.
Once he if him and Pittman have that connection,
yeah.
he's going to hammer him with targets.
Because that's what he did. That's what he did with Julio Jones.
Yeah. So
For all those years.
I
He
agree.
would ass hammer Julio Jones with targets.
I'd take Michael Pittman over Waddle solely based on that fact. I think he's going to to be a very
Listen,
consistent
I don't think
guy.
Matt Ryan is washed up. I really don't. I think at this point in his career, he's better than Philip Rivers was at the point when he was there.
I agree.
And I think he's better than Carson Wentz.
I agree. But I
really
think Matt
do.
Ryan also still has one foot in the grave.
I think he's better than Carson Wentz.
Carson,
I really do.
I mean, you could
Not
put...
to say Carson Wentz is not a bad football player. I like the way he spreads around the ball.
No. On the contrary, Carson Wentz is not a good football player. I don't
think
know
he's
when
bad.
everybody else is
I don't
going to
think he's
understand it. He is
Yeah,
not a good football
I've
player.
never
He
seen
just makes
it.
bad
I
decisions
don't
at
know
the
why.
wrong time.
He's not a good football player because he's not a good football player.
Well, we'll see. He's going
just
to be
not.
there in Washington. He'll be thrown to a nice set of receivers there. Let's see what he can do.
He'll win 4 games.
Yeah.
Moving on.
That's
So
what
wait,
they're
I
called,
picked
the
Pittman.
Commanders.
Who do you take? Pittman, right?
Pittman.
Yeah, you'd have to go with Pittman.
Okay. I'm interested to see what you say on this one.
Well, 'cause
Anto-
he was giving me
Antonio
a fucking-
Gibson
Yes.
versus Brees Hall.
Gibson.
Why? I'm shocked you said that.
Gibson is a beast. Gibson is a beast.
He's also on Washington.
He's also playing on a team that's very one-dimensional.
True.
He doesn't really have a fucking quarterback. He didn't have one there last year. I mean, I'm not taking away from Heineke. I love Heineke, but Heineke's not elite. We know.
No.
He's
Neither is
serviceable.
Wentz.
He's serviceable, but he's not elite. So we'll see what happens. I think they got a better on their roster. They had a lot of injuries last year, and I love Antonio Gibson. I think he runs hard, and he produces. He produces.
You don't love the upside Brees Hill has?
I like
Brees
Hall. Brees Hall is going to be splitting carries with Michael Carter. Michael Carter had a good rookie season. So for that reason, reason only, I'm going to go.
He's not splitting carries with Michael Carter.
What are you talking about?
Brees Hall?
Yeah.
He plays for the Bills.
No, he doesn't. He plays for the Jets, bud. What are you talking about?
Wait, who'd the Bills take then? Who'd the Bills take?
Uh-huh.
Go running back to that's right.
Hello.
All right, cut all that.
Plug in your butthole, bud.
Yeah, I'd take
You
it.
want us to cut that you were wrong?
Yeah, cut that whole thing, yeah.
Why?
Every time I'm fucking wrong, we gotta emphasize it and put a whole episode about it. And he's fucking wrong and delete it.
Because he doesn't want to look bad.
Whatever.
All right, here we go. This is going to be a tough one. You went and bought a new phone and didn't get a fucking iPhone.
They were well out.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Hold on, we'll talk about this
I would-
and save this. We'll talk about this one.
Okay.
DeAndre Swift versus Javonte Williams.
I love Javonte Williams. I'm sorry.
Why
I
do
know
you have to
Swift.
put me in this position?
I know.
I knew
Swift
this
is
would
a
be
Detroit
painful
guy.
for him.
I get it. Swift does a lot of shit. He's cute. He's flashy.
He's up there running with the big boys now.
Anyway,
Workout video.
Javonte's fucking an animal, dude.
I agree.
When he's running, people bounce off of him, dude. And my man runs hard, and he's hard to bring down.
There's one thing that worries me about him. One. The Denver Broncos.
That doesn't worry me at all. You want to know why? I think he's going to be better. With Russell Wilson there, it's going to be a different animal. He didn't have a quarterback last year. Look what he did.
Hold on. How many one-year wonder running backs have the Denver Broncos dealt with?
Listen, the Denver Broncos don't have one-year wonder running backs.
Yes,
they have a
do.
great system there. The thing is can you stay healthy enough to stay in that system?
Philip Lindsay was a Pro Bowler, and now he's
Correct.
the fourth-string running back on Houston 2 years later.
Correct. And why is that?
He's not even in Houston anymore. What,
Because
did he go
Houston,
to Indy?
Houston doesn't even fucking run the ball like
Yes,
Denver
but
does.
they grab these guys, they have one great
Yeah.
year, and then you never hear about them again.
Well,
that
I
worries me
truly
about
think
Javonte
Williams is better than that. You'll see.
Well,
I would take him
you got
over Swift.
Russell Wilson with a solid receiving core.
Oh, shitload
So
of
you
receivers.
could see Swift.
And they upgraded their offensive line, too. And
You got
to do
Jared
that.
Goff in Detroit. Like, Swift might see the ball a lot more than Javonte will.
I agree.
I'm going to say this.
That is the smartest thing Bruce ever said
I
here.
truly think this. I
Go
truly
far.
think that Detroit's system, with that ground and pound shit he was trying to do last year, it didn't work.
Okay, it seems
didn't
like he's
work.
trying to level it out a little bit. We didn't
Well,
really have
here's the
receivers.
thing. Now they have receivers there, which they
Yeah.
didn't have last year.
And their offensive line.
They'll
is a
be
little bit
able
more
to throw
robust.
to set up the run.
Correct.
And that's what they're going to want to do.
And I think
And I
that's
don't have
gonna,
an issue with that.
No,
But
not
I'm
at
going
all.
to tell you something right now. My man can't stay healthy.
Swift.
Yes.
That's his biggest red flag.
That's what scares
That's
me
what
about
tore me about this.
That's the reason why I'm not choosing him. Because he can't make it through an entire he can't make it through 10 games.
He's been putting on fucking size.
Yeah,
man.
but he did bulk up.
He bulked
He
up.
bulked up, that's great.
But that means
That's
he also
great.
slowed down.
But if that took away from his ability to move,
I don't
You'll
know.
see.
Look at Barry Sanders. He was a thick dude, but he could move. He was small.
he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. So
All time. All time.
I don't
And
know,
if you're
I'm taking
saying-
Swift,
if you're saying Swift is comparing him with Barry
nobody
Sanders,
said that.
you're absolutely
You just
stumped.
invented that. Nobody said that.
I didn't invent anything.
Yes, you did. He said Barry Sanders had a similar body type to DeAndre Swift.
Not really.
Well,
Okay.
Barry Sanders looked like my dad. Very thick chest.
Excuse me?
Very thick
I've
chest,
seen your
small
dad.
head.
Your dad's not thick.
What do you mean?
He's tiny.
Of course he's tiny, but he has
He's
a
not
very
thick.
thick upper body.
Anyway.
That's where I
Barry
get my
Sanders
chest
and
from.
DeAndre Swift were the same height and weighed 8 pounds difference. So yes, they do have a very similar body type.
Okay.
Anyways, who are you taking, Swift or Williams?
I already told you.
I forgot.
Williams.
I'm going to take Swift because I don't trust Javonte Williams, and I'm hoping Swift stays healthy.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that in the 10 to 12 games of production you'll get out of Swift, hopefully, he'll already have you in the playoffs. Or he gets banged up week 2 and then is back in time.
I'm taking Swift.
Are you ready for this one?
Shoot.
J.K. Dobbins or Saquon Barkley?
Fuck.
Remember, Gus Edwards.
I'm going to take Dobbins.
Really?
I'm going to take Dobbins. I don't trust Barkley. Barkley, I love the guy. I think he's the shit.
I agree.
I really do.
Yeah, but what if there's just that
He
coin
just
flip
cannot.
and he doesn't get hurt and it's game over?
If he
It's
doesn't
game
get
over,
hurt,
If he doesn't get
you'll
hurt,
see
he's top
some
5.
you'll see
It's
some
game
freaky
over.
production from him.
If he doesn't get hurt,
But
he's
I
top
just-
5.
I don't trust the Giants in general. The offensive line has not
Gotten any better?
gotten better. And I mean, they've drafted offensive line the
know,
last
they're
3
just shit.
years. But I will say this. They drafted Evan Neal.
They
Evan
drafted
Neal is a
Evan Neal.
monster of a man.
Yes, but is he monstrous enough to keep Saquon Barkley healthy?
I don't
the
think
most
it's gonna,
injured player in the
I
world.
really don't think it's going
Yeah.
to matter because when Kayvon Thibodeau wins fucking Defensive Player of the Year as a rookie, I don't think any of that's going to matter.
Well,
Okay.
so you're taking Dobbins over Saquon.
Yes, I am. I think Dobbins is a little underrated. I think he's better than what people think, and he's another one that could put up some monster numbers if he could stay healthy.
I'm going to take Dobbins as well. One, because Saquon's not going to play for more than 6 games. Period. He's just
If
not
he's
going to
And
stay
you know
healthy.
what?
sick if
Him
he
and
did.
Jackson are going to be kind of splitting the deal, and I
Who?
like that better.
Dobbins?
Yes.
Well, and Gus Edwards. They have multiple options.
right.
And a lot of people see that as a bad thing because it's going to take away production.
No, I don't think
But at
so.
the same
No, keep
time,
them healthy,
it's going to keep
rested.
them rested.
Keep their
Yeah.
legs fresh.
I think Dobbins will get you through a full 16 or 17 games. He will take you through the season, and I think he'll be very consistent numbers-wise. I think Baltimore's offense is going to be extremely consistent. I think you're going to see very similar
pretty
things.
much
week to
they
week.
are every year.
Yes, and I think that's going to continue.
And they'll lead the league in rushing again.
Yep.
You know.
I agree. I'm really interested to hear what you're going to say on this one. Amon-Ra St. Brown versus Brendan Cooks.
Brandon.
I will say this: I'm not a Brandon Cooks guy.
Neither am I.
I like St. Brown. Where's Cooks playing?
Houston.
Houston.
So
I love
he's
Dave-
all they
I
fucking
actually-
got.
I actually like Davis Mills better than Jared Goff.
Okay, that's a hot take. We can
Yeah.
sound the alarm.
I mean,
Coming out
I
fucking
don't mind
nowhere.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff is okay, but I just think Goff has more weapons now, and I don't think St. Brown is going to get as many targets as he did last year.
Agreed.
I really don't. I mean, you got 2 more guys here that are going to eat up a lot of his targets.
I mean-
Josh Reynolds being one of them.
What is
And I
Jameson
think
Williams going to do?
Reynolds is going to wind up being possibly the guy because I think his rapport with Goff is better than the rest. of them.
Over Jameson
know.
Williams.
Well,
and
Williams,
St.
you're
Brown?
not going to see till at least week 7.
Yeah, but
At least week 7.
it's hard for me to say. Well, and
He's more
TJ Chark.
familiar. He's
TJ
more
Chark,
familiar
yeah.
with.
Dude, they're just going to be switching these guys out after week 6 when Williams gets back. It just
Well, what does that mean, dude?
Well, you have
He's gonna
Chark,
have-
you
he's
have
gonna have a
Williams,
lot
you
of
have Brown,
targets.
you have Reynolds, you have Syphilis.
Actually, he's got a chance. DJ has a chance to be the fucking man.
Yeah.
He really does. because he's the big body guy. The rest of these guys aren't.
I think St. Brown has more, they cover Chark more. He's that big body guy. They're going to put guys on him.
I think Chark's going to be a touchdown machine.
Yeah.
But I think St. Brown's going to be a reception and yardage machine. Brendan Cooks.
Well, he's that underneath guy. He's that Julian Edelman. I'm going to catch fucking 15 passes a game.
Correct. Brendan Cooks will do one of two things for you every week. He will put up 25 or he will put up 2.
Yeah.
And he'll have a concussion and miss fucking 8 games.
So which one are you taking?
St. Brown.
I would agree.
St. Brown.
Because I'm not a Brandon Cooks fan, like I said.
This one's gonna call it some pain. Adam Thielen or Devonta Smith?
Take Smith.
I take Smith as well. I'm shocked you said that.
Why?
There's nobody in the world who loves Adam Thielen more
I like
than you.
Thielen. I think Thielen's production is a little underrated because you have to account for him. Because when they roll coverage, why do you think Justin Jefferson? I'm not making excuses. They were saying that Jefferson is bad, but why do you think his production has been so good? It's because they still have to account for Thielen.
Yeah,
and they know that because the guy will tear you up. He's tore up the Lions. I don't know how many years. The last 5 years. Every time they've played Minnesota, he's tore the Lions up.
Remind me.
He's tore the Lions up.
Okay.
And he might only catch 3 balls, but 2 of them are going to be touchdowns.
Right.
He's an asshole. He sucks.
He's an asshole.
I just don't think that Devonta Smith is a star in the happening.
I agree.
I really think so. If they can get this guy the ball,
you want to know what it is?
He's a star in the making.
I'm not going to lie to you. Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith together for some reason, it's like chef's kiss shit. It just makes sense. It just works. I don't know why.
Jalen Hurts is, and I'm not going to bullshit you right now, he'll be in the top 10 in fantasy.
I agree.
Points. As far as quarterbacks go, he'll be in the top 10 easy.
For some reason, that quarterback-receiver duo, I don't know why, because I don't like Jalen Hurts by himself, but a team with Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith on it, for some reason, I feel good about it. I feel good about that quarterback-receiver duo.
When those guys got on the same page toward the end of last year,
they clicked.
They were
They fucking hit on all cylinders. I love
very good.
I love that.
The only weak spot that Philadelphia has is the running game.
Agree.
And I like Miles Sanders. He's more of a return guy.
Yeah, they don't have a
bell cow running back.
Yeah.
But if they had a guy that was a bell cow back, like a Fournette, they would be so dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
They would be so dangerous. Because they got good tight end. You got good receivers there.
Yep. Okay.
Solid.
Nick Chubb.
Okay.
Or Dalvin Cook.
I love Nick Chubb.
I love Nick Chubb.
I love Chubb.
You love Dalvin Cook. You take Dalvin Cook every fucking year.
I think Dalvin Cook, when healthy, is a top 5 running back. When healthy.
You do.
He's another one that just can't stay on the field. Because if you draft Dalvin Cook, you better draft Madsen because he's the one that's going to be backing him up. And it's just a waste of a pick.
So I agree. Dalvin Cook
he just can't stay healthy.
Can't stay healthy.
You know,
but
the guy puts up incredible numbers. Incredible numbers. He torched the Lions twice last
And then he
year.
shits the bed and gets hurt.
I like Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb, I love Chubb, period.
And if H.R. Puff and stuff is the Browns quarterback for the first 6 to 8 weeks of the year,
definitely
and they have to hand the ball off 40 times a game between Chubb and Kareem Hunt, they'll each get 100 yards and 2 touchdowns a week.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Chubb. Dalvin Cook's washed.
I agree.
Sound the alarm.
I would take Dalvin Cook's brother over him.
Dalvin Cook is washed. Dalvin Cook is no longer a first-round pick in fantasy football. He's not. He can't stay healthy. You know what? He is one step ahead of Christian McCaffrey.
You know what he reminds me of? Chris Johnson.
Yeah. He has the
fast as shit, puts up great games.
Would you put him behind Barkley?
On the field.
Would you put him behind Barkley?
No, I'd take Cook over Barkley. Because Barkley, okay, you have Christian McCaffrey here. And then one step further into the end of career progression is Dalvin Cook. And then like 2 more steps down the road. Saquon Barkley is 1 bad hit away from never playing another down.
It's true.
Dalvin Cook is 2 bad hits away from never playing another down. And Christian McCaffrey is like 3 or 4.
Here's the thing.
They're right
can
there
see
on the
that.
edge of
Stuff
glory.
I've seen with Barkley is this. He comes back.
Yeah.
He
Looks like an absolute
He
fucking
destroys
god.
his knee.
Yeah.
The guy's phenomenal as a rookie. Okay? Phenomenal as a rookie. But he only didn't play that many games because he hurt that knee. Comes back from the knee injury, still wasn't himself. And then gets hurt again.
I know.
And it's just like,
Well,
I don't
they
see
rushed him out
anybody that's
there.
had worse luck than he has.
Yeah, I would agree.
I really don't. Because the guy, and all talent-wise, he should be a top 3 back.
Oh, absolutely.
Top 3 back. Talent-wise.
He could be number 1.
Coming out of college, he was an
He could be-
absolute
he could be
monster.
the best
I don't
running
think
back.
there's been a running back like him come out of college
I don't know, dude.
since Herschel Walker.
He
I
could
don't
be number
either.
1 if he could stay healthy. If he,
But he'll
didn't get
never
hurt-
be. Nobody will
like-
ever trust him that much again.
Well, no, but if
He's
he never
terrible.
got hurt in his
He's-
career, like
You want to go back and look
He
at
would be
careers?
number
He was
He
number
was
one.
as good,
yeah,
if
but I'm
not
saying he
better,
would
than Derrick
consistently
Henry.
take that number 1 spot every year.
No, he was better than Henry. If you
Yeah,
go back 4
he
years,
was.
if you go back 4 years, it was Saquon Barkley or Ezekiel Elliott. Which one are you taking number 1?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it was. There was no other option.
And now Elliott's starting to take steps back
Well,
because he's
you actually
playing
just
on a fucking dumpster fire of a
Wash.
team
you introduced my next one.
with a coach that has no idea what he's doing. He should be in a fucking retirement home. God bless Mike McCarthy.
You introduced my next one.
Yes.
Ezekiel Elliott or Cam Akers.
I would say you have to take Cam Akers. He's a younger guy. Plays on a better team. I think the Rams are better than the Dallas Cowboys.
I agree.
In my opinion. I think Elliott is just... I think his time in Dallas is done. I really think it's time for him to want out and go somewhere where this guy actually has a chance to make a difference so he can get a ring. Because he's not going to get one in fucking Dallas.
No, he's not. And I don't think he's... This is why I love Ezekiel
Nobody's going to
Elliott.
pick his contract up because it's
Right.
huge.
So the Cowboys are going to
So
have to
the
pay
Cowboys
him
need to either
go somewhere
trade him, and they just re-signed him. What was that, last year?
Yeah.
And what's he got, like a 2-year more on his deal?
He's owed a shitload of money for a while.
It's a fucking joke. He'll be a cap casualty come next year. Because Pollard should take his job.
This one really fucks me up. Because for some reason, out of all these guys who have been down bad and like your Saquon Barkleys, right? Like Zeke, like Odell, like all these guys who were superstars and got hurt or lost their spot a little bit or came down, the one that I could see making it back the easiest is Zeke. Right? Zeke's biggest issues are he got paid way too early. He thought his job was safe. Tony Pollard came in and for pennies on the dollar outperformed him last year because he wasn't in that great of shape and he was banged up.
He was hurt.
He was banged up.
Most of it was him.
He didn't remember. He did not come in that great of shape last year. He was banged up.
No, he was in good shape last year. He lost 20 pounds. It wasn't what it was, dude. It was the injuries. I think the fucking injuries he's got really set him back big time.
I think,
And he was just so afraid to tell everybody he was injured. He just continued to play through it. And that was bad. That was bad. Because it's obviously he wasn't at top shape.
I know Mike McCarthy has no brain cells. If you are Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy, you have to stop and say, look, we made an investment in this guy, a massive one. The biggest deal for a running back ever. Tony Pollard is a good, serviceable back, but this is Zeke's job until otherwise. And put him out there, give him the ball 20 fucking times a game, and let him try and get back into that rhythm. And if by week 4 or 5 he ain't there anymore, then you end the experiment. But people are writing him off the rip after he was banged up last year, and Tony Pollard came in and took a big part of his target share. You have to at least give him one more shot.
You know,
you have to.
That
the Dallas Cowboys are so inept.
I know. And the offensive line is not what it used to be.
Dak Prescott
it's tough.
throw for 450 garbage fucking yards and still fucking lose a game.
It's really tough.
And it's just stupid. They get away from what got the Dallas Cowboys to the fucking playoffs.
I know.
They gotten away with what won them Super Bowls every year. And that was lining up and punching teams in the mouth. They can't do it anymore. The offensive line is putrid. And that's another reason why his production has gone down.
I agree.
The offensive line has just got, who was it, that kid? Frederick's retired, the center.
Their offensive line's decimated.
Their offensive line at one top was the strength of their team.
Oh, it's the best in the NFL.
And they were the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about 4 or 5 years.
Like
you're
last
talking decades.
Yeah.
For 20 years, they had the best offensive line in football.
Last year they were one of the best. The year before that they were. There's no question about it.
And well, it's gradually gotten worse. They've lost guys.
Correct.
And have not replaced them.
No.
And that's why they're where they're at right now. That and the inconsistent quarterback play is absolutely decimated.
I'm not saying I would take him round 1 or probably even round 2. But if you can, if Zeke slips
you
into
can get
3,
him in round 3,
I'd have to do it.
You're getting a bargain.
I'd have to do it. Just because, and guess what? Again, if it doesn't work out after week 4 or 5, hopefully you drafted a backup plan. Hopefully you got Tony Pollard 7 or 8. But you've got to give this guy one more chance. He was just too fucking good for too many years. I would take Zeke.
I'll never forget the year I had Zeke and Barkley, my fantasy team.
And they both got hurt.
I absolutely got
11
pummeled. They both put single digits up the week of the fucking playoffs, and I got pummeled, banged right out of it. I got fisted right out of it.
Didn't we play each other that week?
I don't even remember.
Probably.
It was disgusting. I was like, Jesus, God help me.
Yeah, you're usually the one who puts him on his knees and shoots him in the back of the head.
I do that trade about week 10 that just cripples him. Like I did with Dak this year, and then it's all over.
Give me Dak Prescott. Yeah, sure.
Pat Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth. Okay, and remember, Pittsburgh's offense, Mitchell Trubisky, Pat Freiermuth, or Dawson Knox. And remember,
Dawson Knox.
Buffalo's offense, a lot of options.
Dawson Knox.
I love Dawson Knox. I had him last year. He won me games, but
Dawson Knox.
I think Pat. Hold on. You don't think Pat Freiermuth could be an absolute fucking target monster?
I do if Ben Roethlisberger was playing because he likes to throw to his tight ends.
Yeah, but Trubisky's going to have to.
Trubisky, listen to me. They tried this already. Chicago tried it already with him. Where is he? They traded up. They gave away for Mitch Trubisky. They traded up one spot and gave away like 3 draft picks for Mitch Trubisky.
Just to get him. I know.
Just to get him. And he's gone. He's fucking gone.
I'd take Dawson Knox too. The only reason why I even asked that was because those two are going very close to each other.
Listen, best case scenario is this. They go into camp and Kenny Pickett beats him out.
Okay, we're back.
That's the only way they're going to win anything. What?
It's not going to happen.
You think I'm kidding?
It's not going to happen.
Anyway.
They wouldn't have gotten Trubisky unless they were going to use him until they think Pickett's ready.
They actually got Trubisky before they drafted Pickett.
I'm aware, but
So it's not a done deal yet. Mike Tomlinson's going to play the best
Trubisky's going to start the fucking year. Trubisky's going to start the year. Kenny Pickett is not ready to go yet.
He played at Pitt. That's all I'm going to say. Hometown kid.
He's not playing week 1.
Hometown kid.
Anyway.
The last hometown kid to come out of Pitt, you know who that was? No?
Let's hear it.
No? Dan Marino.
Okay.
Okay? Just letting you know right now.
Is that your new guy that you're going to mention every episode now?
What are you talking about?
Dan Marino.
You talking shit right now?
I am talking shit.
Dan Marino's the greatest of all time.
Oh, what happened to Joe Montana?
I'm sorry. One of the greatest of all time.
Fuck.
God bless Dan Marino.
Hey, this is going to be a tough one. Joe Burrow or Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson.
Joe Burrow.
Why and why?
You want to go first? Let's hear it.
He's just going to stare at you until he starts talking.
I think Cincinnati has gotten better than they were last year.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Whatever. I think they're going to take a huge step back because,
you're high.
listen, you make
They
it
upgraded-
that far,
they
you
up-
make it that far, I feel like every other team has figured you out by now. They have seen what you have done,
They couldn't stop it.
okay? They're
Couldn't
doing it
stop
to
it.
Patty Mahomes, okay? He's getting figured out real quick.
Yeah, but
Russell Wilson
Pat
is a
Mahomes
legend.
Is cute.
Who literally year after year, whether he's hurt or not, is a solid quarterback.
I'm going to take Joe Burrow because I think that Cincinnati has improved their team that much better this year than they were last year.
Okay.
The offensive line is going to be night and day this year from what they were last year. They are not going to give up the sacks, and it's going to help Mixon even be more irrelevant in that run game. Because I think their line has gotten that much better.
This was the hardest one for me to decide, and I'll tell you why. I think everything you said about Cincinnati is 100% true. I think they're going to be better. I think they've making a step forward. Their offensive line was their biggest issue. They addressed it. They have a great receiving corps. Mixon's a great running back. All of that
and they upgraded their defense.
Yes. Obviously, Denver's a whole new situation. And
it's going to take time for the Broncos to gel. I don't think Russell's going to come in and just fucking light it up.
I'm starting to disagree with you there because
I don't.
The number of weapons the Broncos has is actually disgusting. They have 4 guys, all of which who could be number 1 receivers. You don't know where they're going to fall in yet.
Yeah.
They have 2 great running backs. They have probably one of the hottest, youngest. We don't know anything about the tight end yet. There's a lot of mystery. But one thing is for sure. To win games in their division, they're going to have to score a shit load of points. And fantasy football is a numbers game. So, Russell Wilson has every weapon, more people to target. Everything's right in front of him for the taking. But is it going to be more volume than Joe Burrow? That's ultimately the question. Who's going to put up more numbers week to week? And I love Joe Burrow so much, but I think if you're going purely off of numbers,
listen,
I think Russell Wilson's going to put up bigger numbers.
I get what you're saying there. But this is the difference. Divisionally wise, Russell Wilson's going to have to play in the best division in football.
Yes.
Joe Burrow doesn't.
They're going to have to put up 35 points a week
Joe Burrow's
to win.
going to have 2 teams that are fucking basement dwellers in his league. and guess what?
You think it's going to be 42 to 3 every week?
Plus. That's a plus. When you got to go to Pittsburgh and play Mitch Trubisky, that's a fucking plus.
That's
when you
true.
go to fucking Cleveland and you got to play fucking Tim
HR
Boyle,
Puff and stuff.
Tim Boyle, that's a plus. Okay?
David Blow.
Okay? David Blau. Yeah. That's a fucking plus, dude. You don't have to go to fucking the Raiders and play fucking Derek Carr.
Yeah, but
you don't have to
numbers-
go play fucking Pat
Hold
Mahomes.
on, numbers-wise, I don't know if that's true. Because number-wise, if you're blowing out David Blow 35 to 3 and running the ball,
All right.
or you're in a shootout with Justin Herbert and it's 42 to 45,
Right. Here's the difference is Russell Wilson's going up against defenses that are going to be a lot better
that is also true.
in that fucking division. Buffalo's defense is better. The only
all
division.
guys he's used
Listen,
to.
the only 2 teams divisionally wise you got to watch are fucking Baltimore and Cincinnati.
That's true.
Cleveland's defense is not going to be what it was, and neither is Pittsburgh's. Pittsburgh's defense is actually taking a few steps back.
Agree.
Okay,
They've missed on a lot of
Devin
draft
Bush.
picks. Devin
the
Bush.
Devin Bush kid.
Devin Bush
Who?
was the biggest
Who?
whiff in.
Who? Who?
Okay.
Whiff.
But do you think that Joe Burrow...
Do that again?
Ric Flair over there? Do you think that Joe Burrow is going to do what Tom Brady would do in a situation when he played
I think
shitty
Joe Burrow-
defense
hey,
and put up
Joe
50
Burrow.
points?
Joe
I don't
Burrow
think
is
so.
a very good quarterback. You ever notice something about Burrow? He don't fucking make mistakes.
No.
He does not make mistakes.
Genuinely.
You don't see
Everybody
him.
makes mistakes.
do bad things with the football.
No.
He does smart fucking things with the football.
And that was
And that's key.
That's while getting sacked 9 times a fucking game. Now he's actually going to have time and protection and everything else. I don't know. I'm going to take Joe Burrow.
Russell Wilson's a vet.
I'm not saying Russell Wilson's. I'm not saying that Joe Burrow is better than Russell Wilson at this point. Is he better than Russell Wilson?
For
Probably
fantasy
not.
reasons.
No,
Fantasy
reasons.
Who's putting up more points? Honestly, I think I got to go Burrow too.
I think Burrow's going to.
He's right.
He's got 3 really good receivers.
You swayed me.
He's going to have more time to actually throw the ball and not have to run for his life. And you know who's going to pay dividends from all this? Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon might come out and lead the league in rushing next year.
All right. We got one more here. Quarterback. Remember, fantasy. Matt Stafford or Lamar Jackson?
Oh, Lamar Jackson.
Fantasy-wise.
Why? That surprised you that I said Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson. Rushing touchdowns. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to go Stafford.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, Stafford finished top 3 last year.
Okay.
And do you think Cooper Kupp's going to have anywhere close to the year he had last year?
Similar, but nowhere near last year.
So you think there's going to be? You think the Rams are going to regress all around?
Here's the thing with the Rams: the offensive line thing scares the fuck out of me.
I know.
They lost probably one of the best tackles in football.
They did.
And that right there is huge, huge.
Shit.
You lost the heart and soul of that team.
You know what?
That
You're
big,
fucking right.
Giant. What?
I'm going to go Lamar Jackson, too. Fuck it.
I'm going to go Lamar Jackson.
I'm going to go Lamar
I just
Jackson.
don't think if Lamar Jackson's healthy, his rushing touchdowns will blow Stafford's numbers away.
You're right.
Will he have 4,000 yards passing?
No. You want to know
He'll
the
only
other
have
thing is?
2,000 yards passing. But he's going to have 1,100 yards rushing and fucking 15 touchdowns.
For some reason, we keep forgetting that the Rams don't have the offense that they had last year. They don't have it.
I just don't.
They replaced Robert Woods with Allen Robinson.
Oh. Yeah.
I would rather I'd rather have Clifford the big red motherfucking dog than I would Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson. Isn't he a hometown guy? Isn't he from Michigan here?
Fuck yes.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
great.
him.
That's great.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
And you know what? Van Jefferson is actually going to have someone to cover him this year. Because they don't have as many fucking weapons. So you know what?
Guess
I'm
what?
going Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson, God
Yeah.
damn it.
I'm going to go with Jackson just because of what I told you. I don't care if Stafford throws for fucking 4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns next
What if
year.
Stafford throws for 5,000 yards, though?
I don't care. I don't care. You want to know why? Because his fucking 22 interceptions will negate the fucking 35 touchdowns he throws next year. It doesn't fucking matter.
Bruce looks conflicted for the first time ever.
Yeah, well, you know.
Pick one.
Let's see what him and Kelly Stafford comes up with.
Oh, he's still taking Stafford. Kelly Stafford.
Let's see what him and Kelly comes up with.
All right, I have one more on here. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Skye Moore versus Jameson Williams.
Skye Moore.
Really? I'm surprised you said that
here's
one.
Here's the difference. Skye Moore's,
love Jameson Williams.
Skye Moore is coming in healthy. Williams is going to miss the first 6-7 games.
You're right. Okay.
And I just don't think he'll get. I don't think Williams is going to get the targets that Skye Moore is going to get.
If they were both coming in healthy, player versus player,
if they were coming, I would go Williams.
You would.
Yes.
But
listen to me.
You don't think Jameson Williams will be able to catch up this year?
Though. They have so many weapons that they could just throw him in there a couple plays, and then he takes off, and that's...
Yeah, and Skye, I don't know what Skye Moore's role.
Okay, here's here we go. You're going to take Jameson Williams. He's going to catch 2 balls for 70 fucking yards.
Yeah.
Okay? Skye Moore is going to catch fucking 15 passes, have a buck and a quarter, and probably 3 touchdowns.
But that's hard. Team. That's hard to do on Kansas City.
Not really.
Yeah, Kelsey's going to take up 100 yards. McCole Hardman. You don't know what Juju's role is going to be.
Well, we already know what Hardman is. I mean, I don't know why we're going there. Hardman's the 2 catches for 75 yards.
Right. So
There's
somebody so many yards to go around.
The Tariq Hill spot.
You're right. You're right.
Somebody has to take the Tariq Hill spot, and that's going to be Skye Moore. That's the reason why they fucking drafted him.
Okay, give me.
Because they said he was the next Tariq
It might
Hill.
be Juju though.
And he's my
No,
sleeper.
Juju was second.
There's 2 guys that are my sleeper: Christian Watson and fucking Skye Moore.
You really like Christian Watson that much?
I love Christian Watson. I love him with fucking Aaron Rodgers. You'll see.
Doo-doo.
When's the last time?
He
Let
also thinks Aaron Rodgers
me
is
ask
the
you a
best quarterback
question.
in the league.
When's the last time Aaron Rodgers has had a guy 6'4" that runs a fucking 4.44?
When's the last time Aaron Rodgers
Last year?
No.
won a Super Bowl?
What do you mean no?
6'4" that runs a fucking 4.40.
What the fuck
Stop.
are you talking about?
Stop. Devonta Adams is not 6'4" and run a 4.40. You need to fucking stop.
Okay, Devonta Adams is 6'1" and runs a 4.44.
Thank you. Like I just said, when's the last time Aaron Rodgers
Robert
has had a guy
Tonyan.
his size?
Robert Tonyan.
No, Freeman. What was his name? Freeman.
Who?
The fucking wide receiver that used to play for the, or was he with fucking Favre?
I think you're.
Or no, what was it? Reggie Wayne.
Alan Lazard. There you go.
Yeah.
He's 6'5".
Okay. Yeah, but Lazard is garbage. We know this. I'm telling you, he's going to have a big target that can run.
Aaron Rodgers is trash.
All right, you'll see.
6-7 in playoff appearances.
Okay.
6-7.
You'll see. 1 MVP.
All good things coming.
How many MVPs has Aaron Rodgers won?
I don't know. Bruce is over there texting somebody.
Yeah.
Important conversation, man.
Anyways, so
asshole. Hey, pay the fuck attention.
we've been petitioning Uncle Sam to buy an iPhone for years, and his phone finally broke the other day.
And he's still fumbles.
What did you go do?
What do you mean?
What the fuck? You went and got some fucking bullshit again?
Well, I'm not buying an iPhone because they don't have them.
What do you mean they don't have them?
They don't have them.
The fucking
He didn't
T-Mobile
wanna
store you went to
fucking
didn't have
order
them?
it.
They didn't have the big fucking iPhone.
Why didn't you go to a different T-Mobile store?
Because I wasn't going to do that. I go to the same store I always go to.
Why do you wait? They didn't have the biggest iPhone,
Yeah.
so you didn't get an iPhone because they didn't have.
I wasn't going to
the
fucking
biggest
order one
iPhone.
and wait
Yeah,
because
but
they
like,
don't
They
have
come in 2 days.
bullshit.
They come
This
in
is
2
decent
days.
fucking size, and this isn't the biggest fucking
Let me
iPhone.
see it. Well, which one is that?
Here, mine's the big
The
one. Here.
12.
Mine's
No,
the big one.
The one I was getting was the 13.
This is the 13
Yeah.
Max Pro.
Yeah, that's
That's the one he wanted. It's
That's the one I wanted. They didn't have it.
It comes in 2 days.
Yeah, they didn't have it. Mine's as nice as this.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
all our texts will still be green.
I don't give a
Anyways.
fuck. I don't give a fuck if my text is green.
Anyways,
Suck a cock. Suck a cock. Suck a cock.
great.
Sounds like you're gobbling on one. So
Hey, we're getting real close.
I can't wait. What do we got, about 12 days, 14 days for camp starts?
I have no idea. I haven't looked.
Starts
at
like the second or third or fourth week of the July.
I think, yeah, we're
July
coming up.
15th, 16th?
Bruce,
What
see
day
what's
is
the
it?
first day?
What's the
training
date
camp
right
is?
now?
Today's the 11th or 12th.
Fuck, where do they start? Next week? Next week, training camp?
End of
End of July.
End of July. So a couple weeks. So yeah, we're gonna
Super
be
League begins in July.
we're gonna be full swing into training camp here pretty soon. We're gonna do some more fantasy stuff next week. I want us to do a legitimate mock draft. We're gonna film it this time. We're gonna have everything in order. We're gonna keep you updated on the Deshaun Watson situation, and we're going to have some actual content that will make you laugh out here pretty soon. But I think that's all we got for today.
Okay.
Anything to add?
Yeah.
God bless Gary Moeller.
God bless Gary
R.I.P.
Moore. Anything to add?
Not really. No.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
He's like, God bless Kelly Stafford.
Make sure if you're not yet, follow us on Instagram @tipballs, Twitter @tipballs. If you haven't checked out Tip Gaming yet, do so. Bruce is on there playing video poker and shit. So follow them on Instagram @Tip Gaming.
Video
Also,
poker.
Bruce_Tugboat and Tipped Fuse on Instagram. Also follow us on TikTok, Tip Balls Podcast. And make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because if you're listening to this, that's where you can see all of us. Instead of listening.
I would just listen if I were you guys.
Don't fucking tell them that. You can see you can see fucking Santa. You can see the fucking Def Leppard inspired Santa Claus tell you about football every week. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Some new merch soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have our summer merch drop, even though it's July, but that'll come first week of August. Thank you guys so much for listening. You'll hear from us next week.